Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a target store. Oh, and by the way, just in case you have any more building related needs, feel free to not only check out the description below, in which I'll be linking all of my tutorial playlists, but feel free to check out the card system if you really want to check out more of my things. I'll be leaving much more specific, much more interesting things in there. For example, and I want to promote this, my real life buildings tutorial playlist. There's only about 10 or so in there right now, but they're all very good, guys, and I urge you to check that out. Moving on, if you want to make target, here's what you're going to need. You will need some sandstone block, and grab yourself some block of quartz. Then grab yourself some stone bricks. You'll also want to grab some red stained clay. Also grab yourself some red wool, and also grab black stained glass. And finally, guys, grab yourself some black stained glass paint. Now, there's a possibility we will need some more things later on because I'm a little bit forgetful, but for now, this is what we'll be using. So once you have each one of these materials right here, and once you've figured out where you want to make it, I'll be making it right here. You're going to want to kick off target with this sequence of blocks in a row on the floor. Do 22 stone bricks. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Once you have your row of 22 stone bricks, you then want to take this 20-second block and extend it, coming towards you by 2. So that's 1, 2. Then go right by 6. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then go back towards that direction by 2. So 1, 2. You then, going right of this second block, want to place a red wall. On top of this red wall, you want to go up by 10. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then do 4 upright diagonals. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Go right of that fourth upright diagonal by 1. Then do an upright diagonal. And go right by 2. Then do an upright diagonal, and go right by 7, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then do a bottom right diagonal, and go right by 2. Then do a bottom right diagonal, and go right by 1. Then do 4 bottom right diagonals, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Connect that fourth block all the way down to the ground to give you something which should look a little bit like this. I just want to show you guys what we should have made, just what it should look like, and I think that we'll probably add the details to this part. No, you know what, never mind, we'll do that later. We'll get the actual base of the shop made, and then we'll add details to the entrance. But I will point out that if you guys haven't figured this out, this is the front of the shop, and that's where the entrance is going to be. Once you've got that red archway taken care of, take out your stone bricks, and going right of this block that connects to the ground, just place a stone brick. Then, coming towards you, do 2 additional stone bricks, so that's 1, 2. Then go right by 6, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then go back towards where you were by 2. Then go right of that second block by 21, that's 2, 1, 21, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Once you've placed that 21st block, what you then want to do is take a sideways view, very much like this, and going right of this 21st block, you want to do a row of 49, that's 4, 9, 49, guys, so that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49. Perfect. So once you have your row of 49 coming back from this way, guys, what you then want to do is return all the way back to where you first started, which is all the way over here, and going like left of this block, taking a sideways view, going the same direction that we just did all the way over there, you want to do another row of 49. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, and that's 49, perfect. What you then want to do is connect each one of those 49th blocks together, which may take you a while, guys, and that's why we counted out 2 rows of 49 instead of like 49 and then coming around the back, like just kind of like going in like I guess an anti-clockwise motion. I decided to do it this way because it involves less counting. So what you want to end up with, and that also cements that that is a row of 49 since we got it twice, unless I was wrong twice, but odds are 2 rows of 49. And what you want to end up with, guys, should look a little bit like this. Not so difficult, eh? Don't worry, it doesn't even get too much more difficult. This is an actually really easy build. Once you've got that taken care of, this is what you want to do next. So next part, guys. Once you've reached this point right here, we're probably going to add all of the detail to the entrance. So why don't we do just that? So this is the entrance, obviously, where we have this big giant red archway looking thing. What we want to do first of all is come all the way down to the bottom left hand side of the entrance, and starting from on top of this block right here, you want to do a 4 glass pane coming up. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. Then do a red wall just above that 4th glass pane. Connect that red wall all the way over to the opposite side. So go all the way over to the opposite side and connect it. So now we kind of have like a big giant squished out letter A. What you then want to do is, starting from the bottom left hand side again, we want to first of all leave a gap of 4 going right. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. We want to leave a gap of 4. So on top of this 5th block, we want to go up with our red wall, and we want to connect the top of the archway all the way down to the bottom of the archway, or the bottom of the archway all the way down to the top of the archway. Whichever way you really want to see it, guys, you guys understand what I'm talking about. So what you then want to do, not only do you want to do this on the left-hand side, but you want to do the same thing on the right-hand side. So we're on the right-hand side now. We want to leave a gap of 4, 5th block, place a red wall. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5th block, place a red wall, and then connect that red wall all the way up to the top. Once you've done that, we then have a couple more things to do. So inside this middle section that we have right here, we want to add quite a few more separating rows. So starting from going right of this red block that connects a floor, we want to each time leave a gap of 2, and we want to place a red wall on the ground. And we want to connect those red walls all the way up to the top of the archway. If you guys can see what I've done there, we want to leave gaps of 2, and we want to then place red walls and connect them all the way from the bottom to the top. So we're just doing that now. A little bit of a tedious process, but don't worry, it's going to be getting much worse. This is not nearly as bad as what we're going to have to do later. I don't know whether that's supposed to be encouraging or not, but what you want to have, guys, should look a little bit like this. And once you've got that taken care of, it's probably about time for us to fill this in with glass. We may as well do that now. So I actually designed for Target, I designed an entrance and an exit. So the entrance and the exit, I'm filling in the top part now, I don't know why I started here. The entrance and the exit for Target, it's this big giant open space here on the left and the same one on the right. And the way that I designed it, it's nothing special. It's basically just glass all the way around, and it's just like an empty space here, except it's just enough for you to walk through. Just like that, just 2 empty spaces like that. And we want the same thing on the right in the equivalent space on the right hand side here. So just glass all the way around, and then, whoops, what are you doing? Just glass all the way around, and then, oh my god, it's so difficult. There we go, wonderful. And just enough space to walk through, and then we can just proceed to fill everywhere else in with black stained glass pane. Of course, if you want to leave more spaces open, if you don't want to use black stained glass pane, that's completely up to you. As always, you guys can do whatever you like. This is just how I designed it, so you feel free to do as you will. Luckily, these 2 middle bits, or the 2 middle bits, the entire middle bit is a lot easier to fill in than everywhere else, luckily. I really do hate using glass pane. I mention this every single time, and it's just because it bugs me so much. I'm not dexterous enough to use glass pane. I'm just not. So We've just got this little middle section too. It's not going to take us too much longer. And once we've done that, you know what? I think we might even take care of the entire like middle section of Walmart. What am I talking about? Of Target. Gonna take care of the entire middle section of Target, and then we can probably move on to the rest of the building, because the rest of the building is going to take quite a while. So what you want to have, guys, should end up looking a little bit like this, and that is what you want to have for the entrance so far. Now, once you've got that taken care of, this is what you want to do next. Take out your block of quartz, and on top of and just to the left of your archway, you want to stack a layer of block of quartz directly on top of your red archway. It just wants to look a little something like this, guys, and remember, you just want to place a single quartz block on the left and right hand side. What you can then do is you can then extend each one of those quartz blocks coming towards you, each by 3. So that's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, so on and so forth. I don't need to count that out as many times as I have to do it, do I, guys? It's just 3 block of quartz coming all the way out. Probably take a little while, and it's going to look a little bit weird until we actually move on to the next bit. So we are going to build up the entire center part of Target before we do anything else after this. And then we'll just kind of like mass produce the building. Like once the middle part's done, the rest of the building, it's just going to be adding loads and loads and loads and loads. So many layers of specific materials, guys. So what we want to have so far should look a little bit like this. And like I said, this will look a little bit better once the building has actually been built up around it. I'm adding letters that don't exist into words. Once you've reached this point right here, this is what you want to do next. So let's not focus on these left and right hand bits of the building at the moment. Just focus on like this outy part here. So like where we have these like U shapes with our stone bricks, let's just focus on this in the middle part now. So on top of the stone bricks that we have concerning the center, we want to add 4 layers of stone bricks. So that'll look like 1, 2, 3, 4. And it wants to start on this left hand side, and moving all the way over to this right hand side, it wants to come as far as this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we just want to add stone bricks there. And like I said, just completely ignore like the sunken in bits of the building until a little later on. Just focus on these bits so far, and then we can work on the rest of the building later on, because there's all different amounts of rows and stuff for the whole rest of the building. It's just that this middle bit is somewhat special. This is where most of the detail of the actual shop lies. So we've just about added all of the stone bricks, and what we can then do after you have something which should look a little bit like this, you then want to take out your block of sandstone. Why am I adding T's to things? Take out your block of sandstone, and what you then want to do is raise up each one of these blocks as stone brick blocks by 26 with your sandstone. So we then want to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. And we want to do this on top of each one of those stone bricks. But we don't just want to do it on top of the stone bricks either. What we want to do is we also want to do this just on top. Whoops, that's it. We didn't have to add that row completely. Guys, don't add that row. Bad move, you'll have to destroy it. So we not only want to do this on top of each one of the stone bricks, but we're also going to want to do it on top of the entrance as well. So on top of the most back row of the entrance, we're also going to want to add some sandstone blocks. So why don't we just do this row here? Oops, there we go. We'll have to move through the quartz when you get to a certain point, but just build through it. Like as you've seen that I kind of like hit the quartz and I kind of like place some sandstone around it, you just kind of want to move directly through it. So you just want to have something which should so far look a little bit like this, if you guys can see where this is going to go. Obvious jump cut is obvious. So once you've reached this point right here, guys, once you've kind of like filled in like that entire front part of the pillar that we have, what you then want to do is this. You then just want to fill the under part of the entrance in here, where we have these 2 little mini rows at the bottom. And then the way that this is going to work work is we then just can't want to continue going right. So we kind of just want to keep going with the sandstone, and we just want to keep going right. Like, I know that you might have thought that we like went backwards and then we started like going right again, so we kind of like more follow the pillar around and then start going above the entrance, but we don't. We just keep going right from that point onwards, and as we already did, we just want to plug any gaps that we have just back there, which we already did. Those two little mini rows, we just had to fill those in with our sandstone. So we want to just keep going right until we eventually reach the equivalent point on the opposite side. So when we eventually reach like the right hand side of the right pillar, just right of the entrance, what we'll then do is we'll then just build 2 rows backwards, as we kind of have already. But this actually isn't taking too long whatsoever. It's not going to be too painful. I thought that this might be one of the really irritating long parts, but I guess that that's probably going to be reserved for later, because the rest of the shop, I mean, you guys can see how big it is. We're going to have to add so many rows of sandstone, and there's some quartz and some stone bricks in there, but hopefully it won't be too bad. Hopefully it won't take us too long. We're going to see if we can reduce the amount of time that it takes us. I think I'm going to build most of the shop like going up and down like this. I think I'm going to try and do it vertically. So you can see that we've kind of like reached this point on the right hand side. We just want to connect down to the pillar here, and then we just want to plug any gaps that we might have. So just underneath here, we just want to place some sandstone block, and then just behind here, just underneath the entrance, we want to do the same thing. Wonderful. And then we can continue going right, and we can just follow the shape of the stone bricks going all the way around. So I think that we just have a couple more rows to do. How many do we have? Yep, okay, we've made a mess here. What are we doing? Alright, how many do we have, Keith? We only have 3 more rows. I'm just going to place this here so I don't do the same thing that I did on the opposite side, where I had to destroy that whole row of sandstone, because that was a little bit silly of me. So we have that. We just have to go 2 rows back, and then what we can do is add some detail to this shop. Going to add the detail to the entrance, then build up the rest of the shop, and then we'll probably do the roof. So what we want to have so far, guys, should look a little bit like this. Nice and simple, right? Nothing too complicated about that whatsoever, I hope. Once you've reached this point right here, this is what you want to do next. Take out your block of quartz. You can see that on this left-hand pillar where we have this first row of sandstone, we want to find the center block from the bottom, and we want to leave a gap of 1, then place 3 quartz going up in the middle row. 3 quartz going up in the middle row, leave a gap of 1. Not only do you want to do that on the left-hand side, do the same thing on the right. Middle block, leave a gap of 1, do a row of 3. What are these 2 rows of quartz, you're probably asking? Don't know, they're just on the building. Got no clue what they're supposed to be. I copied the building, what can I say? I don't know what they are. Alright guys, so once you've got that taken care of, this is what you want to do next. Come all the way up to the top left hand corner of the entrance. You're looking for this top left hand corner sandstone block right here. Well, from this corner sandstone block, you want to take out your red wall, and you want to go right of this block by 2, so that'll be 1, 2. You then want to go down from this block by 5, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and that'll be 5 right here. Knock out that 5th block, replace it with red wool. Then from that red wool, you want to go right and leave a gap of 2, so that'll be 1, 2, 2 gaps. Then on top of this 3rd block, place a red wool. Go up on top of that red by 1. Then do an upper right diagonal, go right by 2, do a bottom right diagonal, down by 2, bottom left diagonal, left by 2, up left diagonal. Place a red wool directly in the center of that O shape. That is the target. That's the actual like logo, I guess, the actual target of target. What you then want to do is, starting from the top right hand corner of target, so kind of like this block right here, you want to leave a gap of 3, so that'll be 1, 2, 3. So on top of this 4th block, you want to place a row of 3 red going right, like so. Take the middle block in the row of 3, extend it down by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is a T. You have the T of target. What we now want to do is write out the rest of target. This is quite easy. Each one of the letters are the exact same width, so they're a width of 3, they are a height of 5. The easiest way to do this, guys, is really going to be kind of like do each letter and then show you how it's done. But from this T, starting from the top right hand side, we want to leave a gap of 1. We then want to do a row of 3 red wool. Take the first and the third blocks, extend them down each by 4, and then leaving a gap of 1 from the top, you want to place a horizontal single red wool to form the A shape, like so. Let's move on to the R. So starting from the top right hand side of the A, you want to place a red wool, going right, leaving a gap of 1. We then want to extend that red wool down, all the way down to the bottom, then take that top block again, go right by 2, down 1, bottom left diagonal, bottom right diagonal, down 1. That's the R. Moving on to the G. So again, starting from the top, leaving a gap of 1, we want to do a row of 3 red wool going right, extend the first one coming down until it's equal height with the R, go right by 2, up 1. That's the G. Let's move on to the E. I'm sure that you guys can understand how to do this. So leaving a gap of 1, we want to do a row of 5 red. We want to take the bottom blocks, the top blocks, and the middle blocks, and extend them each going right by 2. That'll be the E. Moving back onto the last letter, which is T. So the T shape, leaving a gap of 1, we want to do 1, 2, 3. We then want to take this middle block, extend it until it is, there we go, extend it until it is equal height with the E like so. And what we then want to do, guys, is we want to take this middle block in our row of T, this middle one right here, we want to leave a gap of 3 going right, that's 1, 2, 3. Then we want to knock out this block, replace it with red, and we should end up with something that should look a little bit like this. And that is just Target, guys. That's the logo, that's the brand right in the top center, and that is pretty much all of the detail that has to be added just above the entrance. We do have the roof to add later on, but that's exactly what I just said. It's later on. Let's not worry about it for now. So this is what we want to do next. Once you've reached this point right here, the hard part's done. It's now time for us to move on to the irritating part, which is much less fun. So what we now want to do, guys, once you've got that middle bit taken care of, is you can see where we have these stone bricks going all the way around the base of our target. We currently only have 1 layer of stone bricks, but we're going to have 2. We have to add another layer of stone bricks going all the way around. This is going to be by far the most tedious part of the tutorial, guys, because after we've added the stone bricks, we then have to do this in succession. We have to do 2 layers of sandstone, 1 quartz, 2 layers of sandstone, 1 quartz, 2 layers of sandstone, 1 quartz, and then 16 layers of sandstone. Then we've got the roof to add, which is going to be 2 layers of red-stained glass, what's the material? Red-stained clay, there we go, I had to search for that for a second. Red-stained clay, and then we're going to have to add an additional one going all the way around. This is going to probably take us most of our time. It's going to be very tedious, unfortunately for us. But we've just finished adding that first layer of stone bricks directly on top of the base layer like that. What we now want to do is add 2 layers of sandstone. So why don't we just do that? 1, 2, whoops, that's right, let's do 1, 2, and then let's go all the way around. And like I said, after this, it's going to be quartz, sandstone again. So I think that we should probably talk about something else, otherwise I'm just going to have to jump cut this, or I'm going to have to keep talking over and over and over again about what we're going to be doing here. What can I talk about, guys? What have I been doing recently? I've not really been doing too much recently. I've been very, very relaxed. Been dealing with some family things. The mother's been in the hospital and stuff like that. I've been helping her a lot. It's nothing serious. It's just some like mobility issues. Like she had to have a knee done, so I've been helping her out a lot. Like when she got out of hospital, you know, she can't really do that many things for herself, so I've been messing about there a lot. It's been looking after the old mother. What else have I been doing? I've been watching very little Netflix. I've been playing very little games. I don't know what I've been doing with my time. Do you guys ever do that? Do you guys ever just realize that you don't know what you're doing? You've just like spent 2 solid weeks of time doing something, and then when you look back, it's like, you know, I don't know what I've actually been spending time doing. I don't know what I've been up to. That's crazy. It's been miserable here. It's been really, really awful in England. I know that I whine about this every single time, but if you guys know anything about the British people, it is something that we like to complain about on a daily basis. More like hourly basis is the weather. It's been goddamn depressing here, to tell you guys the truth. It's been depressing. It's been awful. the rain has been non-stop, the cold has been non-stop, the wind is, I usually enjoy cycling outdoors, I usually like walking, I like to do it every single day because I spend a lot of my time in this room, either working or sleeping, or sometimes for leisure, although I don't usually like to try and do that. If I can, I like to try and get out of my room, which is essentially my office. But once you've done the first 2 layers of sandstone, guys, add a layer of quartz directly on top of it. So I like to try and get out, preferably out of the house entirely. I like to try and get out of the house entirely. I don't even like to be in here, to be honest with you. When I'm done with work and when I'm done with all of that other stuff, I want to be outside. Not been possible. We even had some snow here the other day. It's been a little bit crazy. Sorry about that, my housemate came in and interrupted me. I'm not entirely sure where I was because it's been like 20 minutes since, but we're currently adding a layer of quartz block on top of the 2 layers of sandstone block, and more than likely, I'm just taking a wild guess, I was probably talking about the weather. I'm almost positive. It's like 90%. There's a solid 90% chance that that's what I was talking about. So, weather over here, been miserable, not been able to go outside, which I like to try and do. It's really, really depressing. So we actually just added the layer of quartz. Oh my god, I didn't realize how far through we were. What we then want to do is add 2 additional layers of sandstone on top of the quartz. So I don't know how it is where you guys live. You guys live all over the world, mostly in America, mostly in the UK, but there's quite a lot of you from everywhere else. I don't know whether you guys are dealing with this as well, because it is winter. It's coming up to the end of November. I love Christmas. I don't know about you guys. My favorite season, my favorite holiday is Christmas. It is. I love the atmosphere. I love the presents. I love the decorations. I love the trees. I love the whole idea, but I do not like the practicality of the weather. Not a fan of it. It actually snowed here not so long ago. The snow didn't last. It was just kind of like on the gardens and stuff, like that's where it stayed around for a little bit. It melted after like 6 hours, but it was kind of fun to see it, fall. I love the snow, I really do, but I just, when you're a kid, all you want to happen is for it to snow, preferably during the school hours, so you don't have to go to school, you can go out, you can play in the snow, you don't have to do anything, it's excellent, you don't really have to drive anywhere, you don't have anywhere to be, the snow's just a fun time. But when you're an adult, unfortunately, at the age of 22, I know, it makes me feel so unbelievably old, and I swear, it feels like yesterday that I was actually, feeling these feelings, like, I just wish that I was back there. I was just, it's like a Monday morning, I'm getting ready for school, and I wish that it was just snowing outside. My favorite days were when I, woke up, and it was like, hey, you don't have to go to school. Guess why? Because there's, 4 foot of snow outside. There was never 4 foot of snow. That'd be an incredible amount for England, but those were my favorite days, just looking out the window, and it's like, oh, thank you, God. Thank you. I don't have to go anywhere. But now it's just like, oh, well, look, snow's on the floor, you can't drive anywhere. We've done 2 additional layers of sandstone. We're now adding a layer of block of quartz. We'll be repeating this pattern one more time. After the quartz, we'll be adding 2 more layers of sandstone and 1 final layer of quartz. Then we'll be adding 16 layers of sandstone block. And then it will be doing the roof and all of the roof that entails. So we're just repeating this pattern over and over again. What else do I have to talk about other than the fact that the weather's got me down all nice and depressed, and on top of that, all of the family issues and stuff. Oh god, it's not been so. I rarely did anticipate. Oh, that's something that I can talk about. Since I moved in here, I did pledge to start doing some more adventure-related things. To start doing, what have I done? To start doing some more adventure-related things on the channel. To start doing some face cam and stuff. And I did the face reveal. Already did the face reveal, and a few videos after it with the whole face included. I think they were a couple of horror theme maps. So I started to record a series, Parkour Paradise. It's 100 levels of parkour. And as you guys know, I'm not very good at parkour. I'm really terrible at it. So once we've added our layer of quartz, add 2 additional layers of sandstone followed by quartz. What I've done is, you know, whereas it'd probably take like most people an hour to complete this course, I would guesstimate. It's taken me like so far 6 episodes, I don't know, like 10 minutes a piece, and I have no idea how far I am along. I think that it's probably going to in total be a series like an hour and a half, maybe even coming up on 2 hours. I'm not entirely sure, and it is just an absolute nightmare, guys. Like I said, I'm like 6 episodes in. I wanted to complete the series before I posted it on the channel, but it's just so hard. It's so hard to complete. Like, I'm currently stuck on a level on Parkour Paradise. I don't know whether you guys know the map. It's a really cool map, really innovative, really like it. Reminds me a lot of the Parkour 100, except a lot more polished and a lot more diverse. I'm having such a hard time with it. Like, I've been at it for like a week, because I really do want to buckle down and get the whole thing out, because it's going to be like a whole week's, maybe like week and a half's worth of like adventure content, but it's so hard. I can't complete it. It's so hard. I'm on this level right now that has some like redstone in it. Like, you're working against like a redstone timer, and you've got to get through like 2 levels in one, and it's just so unbelievably difficult. I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish it. So I just wanted to mention that I have been doing some like adventure related things, but I want to complete the series before I post it, because I don't want to get to like level 80 in this thing, or like level 90, where I could already be. I'm not entirely sure. It doesn't tell you the level as you progress. I don't want to get that far and be like, well, there is no way to proceed, that's the word that we're looking for. There's no way to proceed without cheating, and I don't want to cheat. So we've added the 2 layers of sandstone. This is going to be the final layer of quartz, and then after this shall be 16 more layers of sandstone, and then we'll move on to the roof. So I have been recording that stuff, guys. I've not been building as much as I'd like to have been, but I'm trying to pick it up. I really am. It's really hard, especially with like the issues that I've mentioned before. I really would. I'd like to be able to buckle down and build some more stuff. I am building more stuff. I mean, I've built Target. I'm building some really cool, some unique statues. You guys are liking my real life buildings more than ever. Those are getting so much attention. It's so wonderful. So I just wish that I was building a lot more, like, and I also, a video that I've been meaning to do that I've not been doing, since I revealed the face. I stopped doing the Q&As. I should do like a Christmas Q&A. Maybe I should do one like for the 1st of December, or maybe for like an actual Christmas. Maybe I should do a Christmas Q&A. Or I should maybe limit the Q&As to like maybe once a month. I think that that's the problem. Oh, we've added the final layer of quartz, guys. So what you want to have should so far look like this. And this just goes all the way around. We've got 2 layers of sandstone, 1 layer of quartz, 2 layers of sandstone, 1 layer of quartz, 2 layers of sandstone, 1 layer of quartz. And once you have that final 3rd layer of quartz, what we now want to do is 16 layers of sandstone. So why don't we count that out? That'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And then all we're going to do, we're just going to add layers and layers of sandstone. I'm going to try doing this like going up and down, and I'm going to try keep going all the way around. So 16 layers of sandstone going all the way around the top of what we've just made, and it doesn't get too much simpler than that, does it? So where was I, guys? I was just talking about, oh, that's right, you know, I've been trying to do more and more things, and I've just been failing a little bit. I really want to build a lot more. The Q&A, that's where I got to. I was just repeating myself so I'd get back to the same point. I really want to do another Q&A. I have to do a Q&A because of the whole face cam thing. Oh, God, no. No! I hate it when that happens. I should probably do that. I'm still going to keep, like, the tiny face cam. I don't have a real camera. Unfortunately, I don't have like a proper camera that I could like set up on my desk and it'd be like really nice picture quality or what have you. So I guess I could just do like the mini face cam, and I could just like I don't know, answer some questions. Maybe I could just do like 5 questions or something. Like I could just do like 5 questions, and maybe I should do that. Maybe I'll set that up on Sunday. Maybe on Sunday I'll do another Creative World Tour, because I think that I've got enough stuff. I'll do another Creative World Tour, and I'll also do like a like a video asking for questions, and I think I might just do 5 of them. I think I'll limit it to 5. We'll see if we can keep the video under 10 minutes, and we'll see how you guys like it. We'll see if we can try a new format. Like I said, we'll have kind of like the face cam in there, and I'll probably be doing something in the video. Maybe it'll be some parkour, maybe it'll be something like that. Maybe, yeah, why don't I do that? Why don't I record a little bit of me failing at parkour, or succeeding hopefully at parkour, and we can just... That's what we'll do. Of course, this will be 1 week later, so if you guys are actually even listening to this, I don't know if you guys listen at this point. I don't know whether you keep the video rolling and hear me talk or not, but I think that's what's going to happen. So by the time you watch this, you guys will know whether I went through with that or not. I hope I do. I really hope I do. I'd love to do another Q&A. I used to like dedicating Sundays to like editing and recording that Q&A, and it was really fun to do. I used to love answering that Q&A because some answers were, some questions were like, oh, when did you start? How old are you? Do you have a wife? Do you have a girlfriend? Blah, blah, blah. Some of them were like serious questions, but my favorite questions were like, so what would you do if you were locked in a cage with a zebra and the only way to escape was to picklock the lock with a banana? Like, I just like weird random questions like that. They were always fun to answer, and especially like any like hero related questions. A lot of would you rathers were also kind of cool as well. Like, I don't know why, but there was this recurring would you rather, which was awful. It was really awful to think about. It's like, would you rather like get a load of paper cuts and throw yourself into a pool filled with lemon juice, which is horrific if you guys can imagine that. That'd be really no fun whatsoever. Or it was like, would you rather insert a toothpick under your toenail and then kick a wall? Like, I don't know why, but I received a lot of those. I received a lot of that question, and I've got no clue why. I don't know why you guys want me to go through some sort of unimaginable pain. Like, I have no idea why. But the Q&As were fun to do, and I should definitely bring them back, except a reduced frequency. Like, at one point I was doing like 2 a month. I think the 1 a month's definitely fine, and maybe it'll be like, ow, just had to crack my back, sorry about that. Maybe at like the beginning of the month. The beginning, and maybe even like a Christmas Q&A. I might even do like a Christmas style video. Don't know whether I'll be posting on Christmas or not, but I'm sure that I'll do a Christmas themed build or 2. I did last year. Last year for Christmas, I did. What did I do? I actually built a couple of things. I didn't show everything. I did like a Santa statue, and I did a reindeer statue, a Rudolph statue, which I thought were both really cool. They were out of skin pack. Like, I didn't design them myself. Like, they were ripped straight out of the skin pack. The festive skin pack, I believe it was actually literally called the festive skin pack, and it was kind of cool. I also made like a present. Like, I made like a big giant present, like wrapped and stuff, as in like an actual gift-looking box. So I don't know whether I'll do something like that. Maybe I'll do like a Christmas cracker. Maybe I'll do like a Christmas cracker statue or something. That's actually not a bad idea. Oh god, I did it again. I hate it when I do that. It literally takes double the time to delete it and then fill in the gaps. So yeah, I might even do like a Christmas cracker statue or something. What would be really cool is a Christmas themed house. I just don't know how to pull that off. I might have to like Google image some stuff, like see if some other people's done it and just like get some inspiration, because I don't even know how I'd go about that. Like, I don't know how to do a Christmas style house. I've got no clue. Snow houses in general, like recently I've built 2 desert style houses, which are really cool, by the way. The first one looks really cool. It's kind of like a modern style desert looking house, but the second one that I've made actually kind of looks like a sandcastle. And what's unique about these videos is they're really easy houses to make. They're really easy to follow along, but in these particular videos, I've actually decided to like include some of like the design process, and the design process is usually with the interior and the exterior, which I've never done before. I've only done that like once before, and that was in like the first desert house. So it's only recently I've kind of been, like at the end of the video, I'd usually like, let's say I've just built a house. It's gonna work with this. So let's say target's built, we're done, the structure of it's all completed, I've took you guys that far. What I would then do, and what I'm going to do, is I'm going to cut away, and I'm going to show you guys the original version of this, which is, it's going to be all nice and done. It's going to be all, the interior is done. I've actually done the interior for Target. It looks quite cool. The exterior will be done. It's going to be nice. But what I'm going to do, and what I have been doing in these desert style houses, and I think that I'm going to continue the trend for my Wednesday houses, I'm going to, after I've actually built the building, we're going to design the interior and the exterior like on the spot. Like, I haven't got anything pre-planned for these things. I kind of just, I just kind of like keep on flowing, and we kind of just like talk through it together, and you guys can like see the design process, like, oh, why does he do that? Why does he do this? And I kind of just explain it all. Like, it does turn the video kind of like into a long video. Like, the house itself should probably take like the past 2 houses I've made like 15-20 minutes. But in doing this, like it like doubles the length of the video. Like, I then spend like another 20-25 minutes then actually like building all of the interior and exterior and like designing some stuff. And it doesn't typically go smoothly either. Like, it's not usually like a, oh, I'll try this and then, oh, that works. It hasn't really went that way. It's been kind of like a, oh, this doesn't look very good. Why don't we try this? Why don't we try that? And you guys seem very interested in it. Like, the first desert house, it's received quite a lot of love, especially considering the fact that I've not made anything like that before. You guys are pretty into it, and I think that you like the whole design process at the end. I think that you like to see kind of like how my mind works, and I think it gives you guys a bit of a better insight and, you know, how to furnish these things for yourself. And it'd be a similar story with this. Unfortunately, this is too big. I'd do it with this. I genuinely would. Like, I'd spend some time like messing about with the outside and the inside with you guys, and I might even do this in a separate video. I talked about it with Walmart, but I never went through with it just because I knew how long it'd take. I might do like an interior and exterior video. Like, I might show you guys how I make it and how I come about these things. Like, the interior for this isn't incredibly impressive. The one that I did for Walmart is actually better, in my opinion. Like, in Walmart, I had tills, I had like a frozen section, I had like a produce section, and I had like a couple of what do you call them? I had like a couple of aisles and stuff with like big giant shelves and shelving units and stuff. This one, not so much. This one, it's pretty much just like a little bit of a frozen section, a little bit of a produce section, and some shelves. And it's not designed like, it's not that detailed, but you can tell that that's what everything's supposed to be. But the Walmart one's better. I even have a clothing section. I'm not sure if I mentioned that in my Walmart tutorial, which I'll definitely include in the card system, because my Walmart, very proud of my Walmart. My Walmart's really, really nice. You know, and this is the guy who designed it telling you this, but you guys love it as well. You guys, it's incredibly highly rated, as is Starbucks. I love how much love you guys have been giving my real life buildings. I really do. I'm losing my voice. It's so hard to talk for like, I don't know how long I've been at it, but I'm sure that it's been like 45 minutes. It's so hard to talk non-stop just for 45 minutes and actually have things to say. It's so crazy. It's funny. This kind of moves me on to something else, and I'm gonna have to be brief about this. A lot of people in life think that they can Now, you know what, it's a bit of a negative topic, so we're not going to go into it, plus we don't have that much time, so, and I just messed this up, which is upsetting me a little bit, but what I was talking about was my real life buildings. I love how much you guys have been loving them. I like the fact that you keep suggesting new and different ones, and I've only been making ones that you guys have suggested. Like, I wouldn't have made Target had you guys not suggested that, hey, you, over there, make Target. I think that will look good. Why don't you do that? And I wouldn't have made Walmart unless you guys suggested it as well. I mean, this all, itchy neck, never grow a beard. This all started with McDonald's, actually. Like, out of the blue, it was like, why don't you make McDonald's? And it's like, fine, I'll do it. And that's got like 500,000 views or something crazy like that. And that only inspired me to do like all of the others, like KFC and Burger King and Subway and Taco Bell and Starbucks and the hospital and God knows what else I'll end up making. Like, I might even do like a police station and hotels. I made hotels as well. I guess that's kind of where everything started. Oh God, I hate it. I hate when that happens. Literal worst. My least favourite thing is when the blocks behave in that manner. It makes me want to tear my damn hair out. There we go. Okay, lovely. So we've just about finished adding all of these 16 layers of sandstone, and what we'll want to have, guys, should look a little bit like this, and you can see that Target is now being put together, isn't it? It's looking pretty good. Well, once you reach this point right here, this is what you want to do next. So we're going to start with the middle bit of Target first of all. What you might want to do actually is, you can see at the top here, where we have like this sticky out bit, you might want to just kind of like connect things together at the back. So like the bit that comes over, I forgot how long this was, hang on. So like the bit that comes over here, you might just want to like fill the top part of this in, like the bit that sticks out at the top of the main part of the store, just fill the back part in with sandstone. What we're then going to be doing is, and I don't know why I'm even mentioning this now because this does take so long. What we'll then be doing is the little mini part of the roof on top of this middle bit, and then we'll be doing the same thing to the rest of it. And then we've actually got quite a lot to do for the actual big main part of the roof itself, because it takes a long time, just because it's so big. But what you want to have, guys, should look a little bit like this, which is perfect. What you then want to do is, with your red stained clay, go all the way around the top of this, little mini rectangular shape. Not only do you want to do this the once, but you want to do this twice in total. So you want to do that once and twice. So once we've done the first bit, the first layer, we want to, as I keep mentioning over and over again, I know, I'm sorry guys, I do repeat myself. Once you've done this once, we want to do this again. So that's one time, and then 2 times going over it. And then the sticky out part out the top, and then we're literally going to be doing the exact same thing to the rest of the shop, except it's going to be on a bigger scale. And I can't believe that how long this is actually taking. This is taking so much longer than I actually thought it would. It's such a small part really when you compare it to the rest of it, so the rest of it's going to take us a really long time. So once you've got the 2 layers of red stained clay, add a third final layer of red stained clay, and the third and final layer wants to be 1 block higher and 1 block outwards in relation to the rest of your red stained clay, and it'll just look exactly the same as what am I talking about? And it will just kind of look like a chimney shape. I'm not sure where that sentence was going previously. It will just look like a chimney shape, and I wish I could show it you right now, but I'm currently finished it. And you just want to have something which should look, and you know, ignoring the top of it, which should look a little bit like this. So you can see that this is how it's going to go. That's the first part. We're also going to be doing the same thing to the rest of the shop. And if this was the actual one, if this was the one that I was actually going to be, you know, completely finishing, I would also fill in the top of this, like I'd fill in the top of the roof, but I'm not going to. So once you've got that taken care of, we're now going to move on to the rest of the shop. And the rest of the shop, as I've said many times, we're now going to do the same thing. 2 layers of red stained clay, followed by 1 additional layer of red stained clay, 1 block higher, 1 block outwards in relation to the first one. And this is going to take a while, so I suppose we should probably pick up another subject. Oh, here's something that I'm pretty excited about. I've not finished the series yet, but on Netflix, I believe not so long ago, like a week ago, maybe, if that, Jessica Jones. Lovely series. I'm a massive fan of it. I think I'm only 4 or 5 episodes in, and I can only imagine that there's either 10 or 13 episodes. That's what they tend to do. Really liking that series. If you enjoyed Daredevil on Netflix, if you're any fan of superheroes, Jessica Jones is definitely a cool series to watch. It's a little bit darker. It's a little bit more mysterious. I love the fact that we've actually got like a decently strong female character as well. They're always fun. They're pretty rare these days. I like her. I'm a fan of her. I like the actress as well. She's a nice looking actress, but I don't know. I like the character of Jessica Jones. I'd never even heard of her, but I don't know how to describe her. She's not exactly like a vigilante or anything, because she's not exactly like a hero, or she's not a hero yet. Or, you know, like as far along as I've been, it's kind of like I said, early days, 4 or 5 episodes, but interesting characters, interesting villain as well. I can't remember the guy's name, but it's played by David Tennant, like Doctor Who, like the middle Doctor. Really, or the second Doctor, I should say. He's not the second Doctor. I know he's not, but I mean, like the guy who came in the new. You guys know who David Tennant is. What am I saying? But I'm very much enjoying the series so far in these 5 episodes. Very dark, very mysterious, very interesting. She's not really got to grips with her power. Of course, now we've just got to add that final layer of red stained clay, 1 block higher and 1 block outwards. Like she's just getting to grips with her powers. She doesn't exactly know what she can do, and I know that she can do more than she can. Like, I know that she's supposed to be able to fly, but she can only jump. I know that she's stronger than she thinks she is. I think that she's more resilient as well, and she's probably got some other things going on, but it's very cool. I kind of like the filming style as well. It reminds me of something else. Like, I don't know whether it reminds me of like a film called Sin City or not. there's kind of like similarities that I'm kind of feeling, but I don't know, I'm enjoying it. That's what I've been watching on Netflix. Like I've watched like 4-5 episodes of it, and it's been like a week. That's how much TV I've been watching. I used to watch so much, and now I watch so little. It's a little upsetting, but you can see that we've now added the final layer of red stained clay going all the way around the top of target, and it'll look a little bit like this. And this is, this is pretty much what you get. This is the view from the outside. It looks very, very nice. It looks very cool from this view. Once you guys have reached this point right here, all we have to do now is actually add the roof to target. So this is how I designed the roof. First of all, I went all the way around the top of like the second layer of red stained clay that I added. Like I went all the way around the top of it like this, as I'm doing now. I'm not going to do all of it because I'm not going to hang in there and do the roof with you guys, because I'm sorry, my throat's really dry, because it's going to take so long. And it's so easy that it makes no sense for me to just, hang in there in the tutorial. It'll literally take like, I don't know, like 20-30 minutes. And there's no reason to extend the video that long. But you can see what I'm already doing. I'm just going to give you guys a bit of a preview. So you want to go all the way around the top of that second layer of red stained clay with your red stained clay. You just want to fill that in, go all the way around on top of it. What you then want to do is you want to add separating layers of red stained clay. You want to leave 2. So you want to place loads and loads of rows of red stained clay coming all the way across the roof, and you want to leave gaps of 2 in between them, as you guys can see I'm adding now. So this wants to, just imagine that this comes all the way across the roof like this. Just imagine that it literally spans like one side to the other, and you can see that just in the amount of time that it takes to connect like the front of your target all the way to the back of it, this is why I don't want to include it in the tutorial. So you guys can see how this is going to go. We're just going to connect the front to the back, and in between those 2 spaces we're going to be adding black stained glass. So I'm going to do just one. I'll do one part, and then I'll leave it with you guys, and we can take a look at my original target and see how it's done. I mean, you don't really need this. You guys know why we're doing this and how we're doing this and what you have to do to finish off the roof. But I will show you the original version of this, and I'm just running through like each individual part, or at least one part of it is what I'm trying to say. So what you want to have spanning the entire roof wants to be that repeatable little section right there. So it wants to look exactly like this, and it wants to just continue on and on and on and on and on, all the way across the roof. Now, that is the tutorial portion of this complete, guys. With the roof complete, that's it, and I'm obviously not going to be finishing the roof with you guys because I don't want to add 20-30 minutes to the video. Once you guys have got all of that taken care of, you're going to be left with what I'm about to show you in just a second, except my version has an interior and an exterior. So, tutorial portion over, guys. Let me show you the original version to give you guys a couple of ideas what it should look like, what it could look like. Alright guys, so this is the original version of Target, and as you might be able to tell, a couple of changes have been made. So why don't we go through them, and why don't we take a bit of a look? So first of all, I just want to show you the roof. I just want to show you how it ends up looking. It looks pretty nice, and we can also see into the store, and you can see how it's laid out a little bit. But that is the roof, guys. That's how it's supposed to look. It's exactly how I laid it out for you. The reason that we have glass in the roof is because otherwise Target would be incredibly dark inside. So why don't we take off the UI, and why don't we actually walk in this thing? So, bloop, all the way down at the bottom here. You guys might be wondering to yourselves what these black walls are. They're just kind of like little barriers. Like in front of shops sometimes you'll notice that like there's some barriers in front of like the doors and stuff to make sure that like cars can't pull in and like smash anything. That's all the black walls are, and I think that they look pretty good. So why don't we actually walk in? So this is one of the entrances. Here we just have some like red carpet leading us in, so some like red carpet in front of each one of the entrances. These could be entrances as well, and this kind of like leads us to the produce section. So where we have like these melons and all of these colors. Imagine that this is like fruit and vegetables and stuff. We have some purple ones up there. Not entirely sure what's purple, except some really weird types of cabbage and possibly eggplant or aubergines or whatever they're called. But this little middle section, a little bit of a produce section, and very lazily put together. It could have been put together a little bit better, I'll completely admit that. Here on the left and right of the produce section, here we have a couple of shelving units. If you wanted to, you could put some specific items on these. If you really wanted to, you could literally put some like item frames and stuff. You could like literally have products on the shelves if you really wanted to. If you were so bothered. It depends how far you want to take it. So we have some shelves on the left and right of the little produce section here, and these are kind of just like pyramid shaped, just like this. We have 4 of these. 2 on the left, 2 on the right of the product section, and then on against the walls we have longer versions of these, except they're a little bit flatter, so you can see that they're a little bit longer. They come a little closer to the tills, and just to show you how it's kind of laid out, it looks a little bit like this. We can't actually get as high as I wanted to. I wish that we could fly slightly higher. Against this back wall we have kind of like an impromptu kind of like freezer section. It was looking a little bit boring at the back here, so I kind of just added like a big giant rectangle of block of iron and filled the center of it in with blue stained glass, and that actually looks it looks pretty good. It could look better, like there should be some separation in the glass like for doors and stuff, but really there's, if you want to add more detail, completely up to you. So on the other side of the shop here we just obviously have some more shelves and stuff. Nothing too crazy. We have 4 different... Oh, there's not 4, is there? There's 6. We have 6 different registers, like that's where you'd pay for your shopping. 3 on each side, as you guys can see. Like the idea would be to, like, you'd walk this side and like somebody be behind the counter, like, throwing your stuff through here, through the register, and making you pay and all of that sort of stuff, and you'd be on this side handing them money as it usually goes. So, I don't know whether you guys want better views of all of this. I don't know whether you want to copy this, but just to show you guys like one of the tills, this is how the till looks. Very, very easy to make. Pause this if necessary if for some reason you want to copy this. For like one of the produce stands, all you need to know is like, all you need is this shape, which is a pyramid shape. That's comprised of stairs and like regular oak wood blocks. And then this view, just to give you guys an idea how long it is, you can count the melons at the bottom. There's 5 melons in between each one of the separators, so if you want to copy the little produce aisles. Here we just kind of like have the main shelves, which are, I don't know how many blocks high, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks high, 7 including these stairs on top, so 7 blocks high. If you guys just want to, again, copy how those look, that's completely up to you. And here we have on the ends pretty much same design here, except it's just like 1 block thick. It's just like dark oak wood stairs, and repeating until you get to the top. And if you just want to pause any of that and just copy that, then that's completely up to you, and just place them where you want to place them. Oh, something else to mention, in the 2 little alcoves next to the door here, we have just like a little seating area. We have one here, and we have one on the opposite side. And I don't know, it's just like a clean interior that's really, really easy to make. Nothing difficult. Okay, nothing difficult about it whatsoever. It doesn't even take too long once you've dug everything out. And just to show you guys the freezers as well, you guys can see how that works. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks high, iron all the way around, blue glass in the middle, easy as that. So that's the interior, guys. Just to check out the exterior, we've already seen the majority of it. The exterior, I actually dug out, starting from like this outward part of the shop, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 layers of grass blocks out of the shop, starting from the front bit, and then on the left hand side and the right hand side we added some car parking spaces, which are just parallel rows of white blocks with three spaces in between each other, starting from, well, you can see where they start from the end of the shop. We have that on the left, we have that on the right, and I believe that coming out the side we also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks going all the way around, and that's pretty much it. That's the exterior. That's all I've done. I've just added like the bollards in front. I've added the sign stained clay going all the way around, and the parking spaces, and there we have Target, and Target's looking pretty nice, and it actually looks pretty good because you can actually see it. I kind of see a clown face. It kind of looks like a face with like the carpet and stuff, so that's Target, guys. Hopefully you guys like it. Hopefully you've managed to make it. I know that it's a very big build, so if you managed to do both of those things, I'd really appreciate it if you could give this video a like, a favorite, a share, anything you'd feel like doing to help me out, guys. I would just always vastly appreciate. The reason that I made this was because you guys heavily requested it. After I made Walmart, you guys were like, well, Target has to be next. It wasn't next, but I have made it, so hopefully you guys like it. Like, favorite, share if you wouldn't mind. I can't stress that enough. Feel free to comment down below. What do you want to see me make next? That's important as well. Very, very important. Let me know what you want to see me make next. I do take your guys' suggestions extremely seriously, and I only take your guys' suggestions. Feel free to check out the description for all of my tutorial playlists and also the card system for my individual playlists and videos that I think that you guys will want to check out. If you like Target, feel free to check out my real world buildings tutorial playlist. You guys will love that if you love this. So like, favorite, share if you wouldn't mind, guys. Comment down below and check out my other things, and I can't stress this enough. I'd so appreciate it if you could give this video a like, a favorite, a share. It helps more people see my stuff. It really encourages me to make more things like this. So thank you very much, guys. See you in the next video.